Hi, I'm Lauren and this is Amanda, and we're here today to talk to you about how genetically modified foods go through safety and regulation policies.
The WHO, who is the World Health Organization, has a list of things that they look at when they're assessing our genetically modified foods in relation to whether or not that's going to pose a risk to our health. And the things that they tend to look at are the direct health effects, so if this is going to have toxicity to our bodies. They look at tendencies to provoke allergic reactions because that's something that needs to take into consideration. There are a lot of food allergies these days, and those can go hand in hand with that. They look at specific components that are thought to have nutritional properties because a lot of the reasons they have genetically modified foods are to try to benefit us in some nutritional ways, and versus the toxicity, that is this going to have a better nutritional effect than it is a toxic effect on our bodies, and they look at that. They look at the stability of the inserted gene, which is where you get really specific. We're not going to go that far into it. And then they talk about nutritional effects associated with the modification. However, they do this wonderful risk assessment, which is fortunate that they do this, but sometimes those things can get overlooked.
One example of how genetically modified foods have been overlooked through safety and regulation standards occurred in the 1980s. The food supplement L-tryptophan killed around 100 Americans and caused sickness and disability in 5,000 to 10,000 people. This all occurred due to the genetic processing used in the production of the supplement. Many people were showing similar signs and symptoms. However, it took many years for people to discover that the sickness was actually due to the genetically modified supplement used in foods. This supplement is now off the market. However, this is one example of how genetically modified foods can be overlooked when it comes to safety and regulation policies.
According to the Center for Food and Safety.org, a significant percentage of processed foods purchased today contain some genetically engineered food products. As a result, each day, tens of millions of American infants, children, and adults eat genetically engineered foods without their knowledge. Consumers have no way of knowing what foods are genetically engineered because the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, does not require labeling of these products. We can look in the grocery store aisle and we can look at the labels and we can see unnatural substances in something, but it's never going to specifically tell you that it was genetically modified. Some organic foods may be genetically modified even though the label doesn't say so. What's worse, the agency also does not require any pre-market safety testing of GE foods. The agency's failure to require testing or labeling of GE foods has made millions of consumers into guinea pigs, in a sense, unknowingly testing the safety of dozens of gene-altered food products. And Lauren's going to further elaborate on that.
In 1992, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration ruled, without any scientific basis, that genetically engineered foods present no different risks than traditional foods. FDA's own scientists ridiculed this unscientific agency view of genetic engineering. What happened to the scientific elements in the document, one asked. FDA scientists consistently stated that there is a profound difference between the types of unexpected effects from traditional breeding and genetic engineering. This difference should be and is not addressed.